Have you ever experienced one of those moments that seemed too perfect to be coincidental? Perhaps it was finding a white feather exactly when you needed hope, or catching a glimpse of repeating numbers that made your heart skip a beat. Maybe it was that inexplicable feeling of warmth and peace that washed over you during your darkest hour. You're not alone. Millions around the world have felt these gentle touches of divine presence, what many believe to be messages from their guardian angels. These celestial beings, ever present yet unseen, have been described in countless cultures and traditions as our spiritual guides and protectors. Today, we'll unlock the mystery behind 7 remarkable signs that your angels might be trying to communicate with you. Whether you're a firm believer or simply curious, understanding these divine signals could transform how you view the seemingly ordinary moments of your life into extraordinary connections with the spiritual realm. Join me as we explore these beautiful bridges between heaven and earth and discover how your angels might already be reaching out to you in ways you never imagined. Let's dive into one of the most fascinating ways our angels communicate with us, through numbers. Have you noticed yourself repeatedly spotting certain number sequences? Maybe you wake up at exactly 3:33 every night, or your coffee order constantly comes to $11.11. These aren't mere coincidences, they're what we call angel numbers, divine messages encoded in numerical patterns. Think of angel numbers as celestial text messages, each carrying its own special significance. Let's decode some of the most common sequences. The powerful 111 is like a cosmic green light, signaling that your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. When you see this sequence, it's time to focus on your deepest desires because the universe is listening intently. It's your angels saying, "The portal is open. What you think about, you bring about." Encountering 2 and 22 is like receiving a divine hug. This sequence represents harmony, balance, and faith. When life feels chaotic, 222 appears to remind you that everything is aligning perfectly behind the scenes. Your angels are saying, "Trust the process. You're exactly where you need to be." The dynamic 333 is your spiritual team's way of amplifying your inner wisdom. It's often called the number of the ascended masters, suggesting that powerful spiritual guides are walking beside you. When 333 appears, it's time to trust that inner voice you've perhaps been ignoring. And then there's 444, the ultimate protection number. Seeing this sequence is like spotting your angel's signature. It means you're completely surrounded by divine protection, like having a team of celestial bodyguards. Your angels are saying, "We're here, we're supporting you, and you're safe." Remember, these numbers might appear anywhere, on clocks, license plates, receipts, phone numbers, or even page numbers. The key is to notice when they catch your attention. That little spark of recognition, that's your soul acknowledging the divine message being delivered. Most importantly, angel numbers aren't meant to predict your future or dictate your choices. They're gentle nudges from your spiritual team, offering guidance, reassurance, and sometimes a cosmic wink to let you know you're not alone on this journey. Among the most enchanting ways our angels reach out to us are through physical signs that seem to defy ordinary explanation. Let me share with you 2 of the most profound yet delicate ways angels make their presence known, through feathers and mysterious temperature changes. Picture this. You're having the most challenging day, questioning everything, when suddenly a pristine white feather appears in your path. Not just any feather, but one that seems to materialize out of nowhere, perhaps on your office desk, your car seat, or even floating down in front of you during a walk. These aren't coincidences. They're what many spiritual believers call angel feathers, tangible signs of divine presence and protection. White feathers in particular carry special significance. They're often considered the calling cards of our guardian angels, appearing precisely when we need reassurance most. Think of them as little love notes from heaven, gentle reminders that we're never truly alone in our struggles. Each feather is like a celestial fingerprint, unique in its appearance and perfectly timed in its arrival. But angels don't limit themselves to feathers alone. One of their most intriguing methods of communication is through sudden temperature changes. Have you ever felt an unexpected wave of warmth wash over you, like being wrapped in an invisible blanket of love? Or perhaps you've experienced an inexplicable cool breeze indoors when all windows are closed. These temperature fluctuations aren't random atmospheric changes. They're often energetic signatures of angelic presence. A sudden warmth, especially around your shoulders or heart area, typically signifies a loving, protective embrace from your guardian angels. It's their way of saying, "We're here, we're holding you, you're safe." Have you ever been lost in thought about a loved one who's passed, only to look up and see a brilliant red cardinal perched nearby? Or perhaps you've experienced lights mysteriously flickering during moments of deep contemplation. These aren't just random occurrences. They're often considered some of the most powerful ways our angels and loved ones in spirit reach across the veil to touch our hearts. Let's talk about the magnificent cardinal first. There's something almost magical about these crimson messengers, isn't there? Native American traditions have long held that cardinals are spiritual envoys, carrying messages between our world and the divine. When a cardinal appears, especially in unexpected places or at significant moments, it's as if heaven itself is painting a stroke of red across your day, saying, "We see you, we hear you, and we're still connected." Many people report seeing cardinals on important anniversaries, during times of grief, or when making crucial life decisions. It's as if these beautiful birds know exactly when we need that touch of divine reassurance. One particularly touching story comes from a widow who shared how a cardinal appeared at her kitchen window every morning for weeks after her husband's passing, precisely at the time he used to bring her morning coffee. These aren't coincidences, they're sacred moments of connection. Now let's illuminate the mystery of flickering lights. While it's always wise to check your electrical systems first, safety before spirituality, unexplained light phenomena have long been associated with spiritual presence. Perhaps you've noticed a lamp dimming and brightening during prayer or meditation, or maybe streetlights seem to go out when you pass under them while thinking of a specific person. These electrical anomalies often occur when angels or loved ones are trying to acknowledge our thoughts or answer our prayers. Think of it as spiritual Morse code. They're using the energy around us to say, "We hear you, we're with you, and yes, we're paying attention." Some people even report specific patterns, like lights flickering 3 times in response to questions, or lights brightening during moments of particular clarity or inspiration. Remember, these signs often come when we least expect them but need them most. They're gentle reminders that the veil between our world and the spiritual realm is thinner than we think, and that love transcends all boundaries, even death itself. Let's explore one of the most fascinating aspects of angelic presence, the extraordinary ability of our pets and little ones to perceive what our adult eyes often miss. Have you ever wondered why your cat suddenly fixates on an empty corner, or why your baby bursts into delighted giggles while gazing at what appears to be nothing at all? Our furry friends and precious infants possess a remarkable gift. They haven't yet developed the filters and skepticism that we adults have accumulated over years of rational thinking. They experience the world with pure, unclouded perception, making them natural bridges between the physical and spiritual realms. Consider your pets for a moment. Dogs might suddenly sit up alert, their ears perked toward an invisible presence, or follow something across the room with their eyes. Cats are particularly renowned for their spiritual sensitivity. Ancient Egyptians even believed they could walk between the worlds of the living and the divine. When your pet exhibits unusual behavior, perhaps staring intently at a specific spot, wagging their tail at empty air, or acting protective for no apparent reason, they might be acknowledging your guardian angels or spiritual visitors. And then there's the magical world of babies, these pure souls who've only recently crossed from the spiritual realm themselves. Their innocent laughter and reaching towards invisible friends isn't just random behavior. Many spiritual traditions believe that babies maintain their connection to the angelic realm for the first few years of life. That's why they might wave at empty spaces, engage in conversations with unseen presences, or display inexplicable joy in moments of quiet. One particularly touching story comes from a mother who noticed her infant daughter would consistently smile and reach out to a specific corner of her nursery. This same corner was where the baby's late grandmother used to sit and rock her older siblings. These moments remind us that our loved ones in spirit, working alongside our angels, continue to watch over and interact with the newest members of our families. Remember, when you witness these precious moments of connection, try to set aside your adult skepticism. Instead, allow yourself to see through the pure eyes of your pets and little ones. They're showing us that the veil between worlds is much thinner than we imagine, and that angelic presence is a natural part of our daily lives. Let's explore one of the most magical ways angels weave their guidance into our lives, through what Carl Jung called synchronicities, those perfectly timed coincidences that feel too meaningful to be mere chance. You know those moments that make you pause and wonder, what are the odds? Imagine this. You're struggling with a major life decision, and suddenly, everywhere you turn, you see signs pointing you in a particular direction. The book that falls off the shelf contains exactly the advice you need. The stranger you meet in line shares a story that directly relates to your situation. Your loved one's favorite song plays on the radio right when you're thinking of them. These aren't random accidences, they're what I like to call angel orchestrations. Our guardian angels often work through these divine arrangements, creating a tapestry of meaningful moments that guide us along our path. They know that direct communication isn't always possible, so they speak to us through the language of coincidence and perfect timing. Consider Sarah's story. On the anniversary of her mother's passing, feeling particularly low, she decided to take a different route to work. At a coffee shop she'd never visited before, her mother's unusual nickname was called out. Someone else had ordered using that exact name. The odds were astronomical, yet there it was. A clear message of love and remembrance orchestrated by her angels. These synchronicities often appear in clusters, creating what some call a spiritual breadcrumb trail. Perhaps you've experienced this. Thinking about a career change, then suddenly meeting 3 people in different situations who all work in that exact field, or repeatedly seeing references to a particular place, only to discover later that this location holds something significant for your journey. The key to recognizing these divine arrangements lies in staying alert and open-hearted. While our logical minds might try to dismiss these moments as random chance, our souls know better. That sudden shiver of recognition, that feeling of meant to be, that's your spirit acknowledging the angelic choreography at work. Remember, coincidences are God's way of remaining anonymous, and our angels are masters at arranging these seemingly casual encounters that carry profound meaning. When you notice these patterns emerging in your life, pause and reflect. What message might your angels be trying to convey? What guidance are they offering through these perfectly timed encounters? Now let's take a fascinating journey deeper into the mystical realm of angel numbers, those divine numerical patterns that serve as cosmic Morse code between our angels and us. While we touched on this briefly earlier, there's a rich tapestry of meaning behind these sacred sequences that deserves our full attention. First, let's understand why numbers are such powerful messengers. In the spiritual realm, numbers carry specific vibrations and frequencies, much like musical notes. When our angels arrange for us to see certain number sequences repeatedly, they're essentially composing a spiritual symphony meant just for us. Each sequence is like a different chord in this divine melody. Let's explore some of the most significant angel number patterns and their profound meanings. 11. The Great Manifester. When you see 111, imagine a cosmic portal opening. This sequence is like a spiritual spotlight illuminating your thoughts. It's your angels saying, pay extra attention to what you're thinking right now. It's manifesting rapidly. One of my clients, Maria, kept seeing 111 while contemplating starting her own business. She took it as divine confirmation, and today her company helps hundreds of people. 444, the builder's number. This sequence represents solid foundations and angelic protection. Think of it as spiritual scaffolding. Your angels are literally building a protective structure around you. If you're seeing 444, you're being reminded that you have a divine construction crew working overtime on your behalf. 777, the spiritual awakener. 7 is considered the most spiritual number, and when tripled, its power amplifies. Seeing 777 often indicates you're on the right path spiritually, and that a significant spiritual awakening or breakthrough is approaching. It's like getting a cosmic high five from your angels. 999, the cycle completer. This powerful sequence signals the end of one life phase and the beginning of another. It's your angel's way of saying, get ready for a transformation. When you see 999, it's time to release what no longer serves you and prepare for new beginnings. Now, let's talk about some lesser-known but equally significant sequences. 500, the change catalyst. This number often appears when life-altering changes are on the horizon. Unlike 999, which signals endings, 500 indicates positive changes that you're ready for, even if you don't feel prepared. 1010, the spiritual mirror. This sequence reflects your inner truth back to you. It's often seen when your angels want you to trust your inner wisdom and alignment with your higher self. Here's a fascinating aspect many people don't realize. The timing of when you see these numbers is just as important as the numbers themselves. For instance, seeing 333 at 3:33 p.m. while thinking about a specific decision amplifies its significance as a message of divine guidance. Let me share a remarkable story. A woman named Claire kept seeing 555, the number of significant change, every time she thought about moving to a new city. She initially ignored it, but the numbers became more frequent. One day, she received a job offer in that very city. And guess what? The salary was $55,500. She took this as her final confirmation and made the move, which led to incredible opportunities and personal growth. Remember, angel numbers aren't just random. They're often accompanied by specific thoughts or questions you're pondering, strong emotions or gut feelings, significant life events or decisions, physical sensations like tingling or warmth. To make the most of these numerical messages, keep a number journal to track patterns. Note what you're thinking about when numbers appear. Trust your initial intuitive interpretation. Look for supporting signs in other forms. Act on the guidance when it feels right. Your angels are mathematical masters, using these divine digits to guide you toward your highest good. The key is staying aware and trusting that these numerical nudges are indeed messages from your spiritual team, carefully crafted to help you navigate your life's journey. As we draw our journey together to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the beautiful ways our angels reach out to us. These divine messages, though often whispered rather than shouted, create a sacred tapestry of guidance in our daily lives. Like gentle raindrops on a quiet morning, these signs may seem subtle, but they carry the power to nurture the garden of our spiritual growth. Remember, connecting with your angels isn't about dramatic manifestations or extraordinary phenomena. It's about developing a quiet awareness, a gentle attunement to the subtle ways they weave their presence into your everyday experiences. Think of it as learning a new language, the language of divine love and guidance. To strengthen your connection with the angelic realm, try these simple yet powerful practices. Start each day with an invitation. Simply say, "Dear angels, help me notice your presence today." This simple acknowledgement opens the channel for clearer communication. Practice mindful awareness. Take moments throughout your day to pause, breathe, and notice what's happening around you. Those seemingly random occurrences might be carrying angelic messages just for you. Trust your intuition, that gentle nudge, that knowing feeling, that unexpected thought. These are often the whispers of your angels guiding you toward your highest good. Keep a spiritual journal. Document the signs you receive, the coincidences that feel meaningful, and the moments when you sense angelic presence. Over time, you'll begin to see beautiful patterns emerging. Most importantly, remember that you are never, ever alone. Your angels are constant companions on your life journey, celebrating your joys, comforting you in sorrow, and guiding you toward your highest potential. They're as close as your next breath, waiting to support you in ways both subtle and profound. Now, I'd love to hear about your experiences with angelic signs. What messages have you received? How have your angels made their presence known in your life? Share your stories in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to recognize the angels working in their own life. If you found value in today's exploration, please subscribe to our channel for more spiritual insights and guidance. Remember, every time you notice a white feather, experience a meaningful coincidence, or feel that unexplainable warmth around your heart, smile and say thank you. Your angels are saying, "We're here, we love you, and we're walking beside you every step of the way." Until next time, stay blessed, stay open to the magic around you, and know that you are infinitely loved and divinely protected. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me today.